Well, hello. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog is entitled, I may not be a lawyer, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So, almost every single CCW class that I take, I get asked hypothetical situations. If this situation happens to me, am I allowed to use deadly force? Can I use deadly force when something takes place? There's some rift on that. And oftentimes these fact patterns can be pretty extensive. Other times the fact patterns can be extraordinarily narrow. And at times, people will tell me that another firearms trainer has told them legal advice that in a certain set of circumstances, you are allowed to use deadly force. Specifically, and this always seems to revolve around the home, when someone breaks into your home, you can use deadly force. Or more importantly, they create this sort of like verbal dialogue you need to go through with the assailant prior to an application of deadly force. And I always wince whenever I hear these types of things. Frankly, it just doesn't work like that, okay? As I mentioned in the blog, if someone breaks into your home, okay, but what if the person who broke into your home is a 7-year-old boy who's looking for his mother, or as a 95-year-old man suffering from dementia? All right, when someone enters your home unauthorized, and that's a major difference than another argument that I hear, that someone needs to use some modicum of force to enter your home. No, that's not correct either. In fact, you may have very well invited someone into your home and you have now revoked that invitation. All right, just because you invited the cable man into your house does not mean that if the cable man decides to violently assault you, you are precluded from using deadly force because you had originally invited him in. That makes absolutely no logical sense. Sadly, our industry, our firearms industry, oftentimes is based around code section enforcers or oftentimes military operators. And again, I'm not trying to disparage them. They're very, very good at what they do. But when we start getting into these sort of extraordinarily nuanced applications of law, it becomes very, very problematic. And I'm not just trying to toot my own horn as an attorney here. There are a number of attorneys that are extraordinarily well qualified to comment on these things, but you do need to seek them out. In any event, I do hope you enjoy the blog. As always, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.